Well, good afternoon, and thank you so much for coming. We want to say welcome. We know that it is 4 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon, which is right in the middle of the week, and for most of us, it is about 2 weeks out until we have a winter break. So we thought this would be an absolute perfect opportunity for you to take a break and grab a cup of coffee, take a few minutes to learn, think about your career, and to focus on what your career goals, and maybe if you're looking to start your career, advance your career, or make a career move, we wanted you to have the opportunity to meet all of us here with Marion County School District. This afternoon, we have some of our teachers that you'll have the opportunity to hear from, along with our superintendent. And this is very conversational, so during the time while we are sharing some information with you, in your chat bar on the Zoom screen, if you have any questions for us, please type questions and we will monitor those. And we've also scheduled in some time at the end of the webinar to answer some of those questions for you. Again, we wanted you to come. We wanted you to learn why you should think about or consider bringing your journey here to Marion County with us. And we are going to start. We have our superintendent, Dr. Candace Bethay. She is a native of Marion County, and she has returned home to bring her journey here with us. And so she is just really passionate about ensuring that the teachers here in our district have what they need to be supportive for the academic achievement of our students and for what that impact means for our community. So Dr. Bethay, we'll turn it over to you, and if you have some time to share information about yourself and with our teachers.
Absolutely. I appreciate that introduction, Mrs. Grant. Good afternoon. Thank you again for joining us on our coffee chat this afternoon. Just to learn a little bit more about Marion County, and we appreciate you taking time to chat with us today. I did grow up in Marion County. I graduated from Marion County School District, and I'm thrilled to be back in my home serving as superintendent. I did live away for about 15, 16 years and was just delighted to come back to give back to the community that has given so much to me. My mother was an educator in the district for nearly 40 years, a high school teacher, and I did follow in her footsteps. And I'm glad to be back again to share with the many great students that we have here in our district. One thing about Marion County that I want you to know is that we are passionate about transformation in our district. Now, I know many of you may be wondering, where is Marion County? Well, if you're familiar with South Carolina, we're in the Pee Dee hub of South Carolina. We are about an hour from Myrtle Beach. We're also close to some major cities, Columbia, Wilmington, as well as Charleston. Again, Marion County is just a wonderful place, not only to work, but a wonderful place to live. So if you're wanting to share your talent with more than 4,300 students, we want you to bring your journey to Marion County. Right now, we have a very diverse student population. Many of our students do come from economically challenged homes. We have about 100% of our students that are on free and reduced lunch. We have around 70% African American population, about 22% Caucasian population, 10% connecting and building positive and productive team individuals in our audience today. Today, we do have several teachers with us. I want to introduce our first teacher, who is actually our teacher of the year for Marion County School District. Good afternoon, Ms. James. How are you? Well, Ms. James, first tell me, how many years have you been teaching in Marion?
I have been teaching for 9 years in Marion, and I have been enjoying all of my years.
You're an awesome teacher too, Ms.
Thank
James.
you.
Awesome teacher. Now, how did you end up in Marion? How did you end up teaching in Marion?
Actually, I'm a native of Marion as well.
Okay.
So I've always had a desire to come and live and make a change in my home. Yes, ma'am.
That's why you have remained.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you. Can you tell us about the grades and the subjects that you taught as well?
I started off as a math interventionist for 3rd grade and 4th grade. And then later I transitioned into a 2nd grade educator. And I teach all subjects.
And also,
Yes, ma'am.
well, Ms. James, tell us about your professional growth. We have a lot of opportunities for professional growth for our teachers as well as for our leaders too. Can you share some of those experiences with us?
I definitely can. I have had the opportunity since the beginning of my career to I have been part of curriculum development. I have been grade level chair. I've been on the teacher advisory lunch. I have the experience of going to different workshops and conferences. I have the opportunity of having a mentor and also being a mentor. Data team, I'm a part of the PBIS team, and I'm also teacher of the year, which is an opportunity that I think was enhanced by the other opportunities, so many opportunities that have been offered to me here.
Okay. Awesome. Well, can you tell us a little bit about your school?
I can. I'm at
And about the
Eastland
environment of your school.
Primary School, and one thing that I love about Eastland is the support. My 2nd grade team is so strong. We help each other with curriculum. We help each other with personal issues, but also across the grade levels. I can always go to a 1st grade teacher and get help if I need help. Or I even have the confidence that I can go to my principal and she supports me with ideas and she allows me to be reflective and think, and we come up with a solution from a principal.
So very collaborative.
Yes.
Very
Yes,
collaborative.
ma'am.
And that is so important, that collaboration, as well as just having individuals that you can depend on.
Yes.
And because we do know that when you're in the teaching arena, there are times that you have to rely on your peers, your colleagues, and it sometimes becomes a group effort to get children to where they need to be. And so in your school, you talked about having ideas, so you're able to think out of the box, and you're able to. Okay, tell us a little bit about that.
One thing that I love is the creativity I have with teaching. Every student is different. Each classroom is different, and I have the opportunity to make my lessons my children's lesson, not my lesson, but what they need. So it's just amazing the ideas that we can come up with together, and that I also have the creativity to be able to do in my own classroom, and the risk that I'm able to take without fear of retaliation or just fear in general. I just feel free in that area.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing your experiences with us. Well, now I would like to introduce to you our Emerging Teacher of the Year, Mr. Grice, Mr. Jeffrey Grice. How are you doing
I'm
this
doing well.
afternoon?
Thank you for having me, Dr. Bethea.
Yes, yes. Just to tell you a little bit about our Emerging Teacher of the Year, that individual is nominated by peers, and it is a 1st or 2nd year teacher in the profession. So, Mr. Grice, tell us, what did it mean to you to be selected as the Emerging Teacher of the Year for Marion County School District, knowing that you're a brand new teacher?
It was a prestigious award for me, and just to know that my peers thought enough of me, little old me, to vote me to get this award, and I was honored to have it, and of course, being presented by you made it even more special, and thank Marion County School District and go PMS.
Well, can you share a little bit about your initial years of teaching? What was it like to step in?
But I really didn't know anybody there. I came from another district, and I enjoyed that district. And so coming here, I was a little apprehensive, and I didn't feel like I knew anybody. But I remembered that when I had my interview, Miss Octavia Johnson came in and she said, "Baby, it's gonna be all right. Just calm down." And I did have a sense of relief from the anxiety that I was feeling that day. And I was very thankful that she did that because I've been here ever since.
Awesome. Well, tell us about collaboration and working with peers in your school. Do you have that opportunity?
Oh, absolutely, always. And even making the transition to come in even more fluid, and I guess you could say even better. I had Miss Bright as a mentor teacher, and we always get opportunities to kind of collaborate within our department and at school. We have because we have a new principal this year, Regina Gilchrist. She's doing an awesome job, and she always wants us to make sure that we're collaboratively planning to get this result for our students. So yeah, plenty of opportunities.
Absolutely. Well, when we talk about collaboration in the district, we're excited that we have something called onboarding teams in the district. And the onboarding teams are more like welcome wagons. Those are individuals that will make contact with you as soon as you're hired, and they will make sure that you're connected in terms of making sure you know about the community. They're able to answer the questions that you may have, and just pretty much to get you acclimated with the whole process of transitioning to our district. So we're very excited about our onboarding teams. Well, thank you. What did you want to tell about the impact, Mr. Grice?
Good question, Dr. McVeigh. I really feel like I'm making an impact because of the interactions that I build and the relationships that we build as teachers. I feel like it's so important because kids really don't learn from people they don't like. So it's an important thing to make sure that you're approachable and make sure that you smile and interact with them. Don't be so I'm the sage on the stage, as they call it. I actually took an alternative route, PACE program through South Carolina here in Columbia. And that program has done a lot to help, I guess you could say, prepare me for what I was about to step into. And of course, we had an awesome HR department to kind of walk me through each step of the process, because I can tell you honestly, if it hadn't been for one occasion in particular, if it wasn't for this program with HR, never would have made it, like the song say.
Well, we appreciate that. Now, I do want to just piggyback on one thing that you say, that you talked about the relationships piece,
Yes, ma'am.
that kids have to know that you care. And that is so important. That's one of the things that we do push a lot in our district, building those relationships with students. And again, as educators, we wear so many different hats. We're counselors. Sometimes we act in the role of parent, coach. And so you have to build those relationships. And I'm glad that we have a staff that has that commitment to doing that. Well, right now, a final teacher that we have with us, who has the title of lead teacher in our district. In Marion County School District, we believe in building capacity in our teachers and leaders. And Mrs. Bright, you're now serving in the role of lead teacher. But can you tell us first, what drew you to Marion County, and how long have you been here? Can you tell us that story?
Well, Dr. Buffet, this is my silver anniversary
Oh,
year.
my
I have
goodness.
been in 5 years.
Oh, let's give her a hand for that now.
Initially, when I came to the county, my purpose was to get my undergraduate loan forgiven. So my plan was to come for 5 years, get my loan paid off, and just move on.
And here you are, 25 years
Yes, ma'am,
old.
because of the relationships that I built with students and families and just the connections that I made. I've become invested in Marion County. So that's how I
Well, congratulations on becoming a lead teacher. We do know that was for you, and we appreciate you accepting the challenge. Tell us a little about that role.
A lead teacher's main role is that of an instructional coach. I support teachers in a variety of areas, providing professional development opportunities, collaborating or collaboratively planning with teachers, helping them to reflect on their instructional practices, and finding instructional materials just to lend a ear, anything that a teacher needs.
Okay.
That's my role.
Awesome. Now, leaving the classroom, that's a very big decision to make. Tell us about that. What thought went into that? What made you make the decision? What helped you make that decision to leave the classroom to become a lead teacher and to step more into a leadership role?
An opportunity afforded me by the district. Early in my career, I was asked to serve as a mentor, and and this is one of my mentees. But serving as a mentor is where I started coaching teachers and providing feedback and encouraging teachers and motivating teachers. And I started to like it. So each year, as I got new mentees, That strengthened my professional journey, my growth. I think I became better at it the more I did it. And then when the opportunity of lead teacher presented itself to me, it just seemed a natural progression.
For the work that you're doing. We're very appreciative. I think you've been doing a little travel lately.
Yes.
Well, tell us about, I think you went to, was it Salt Lake City, Utah?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us about that trip and why were you there representing Marion County School District? And I heard that you did a phenomenal job. And so can you share a little bit about that?
Growing our own is a phrase of Marion County. So that was another opportunity that you all opened up for me, sent me to Salt Lake City. It was a Teach to Lead Summit, and the topic was equity. We talked about whole child, whole teacher. We worked on developing a plan to ensure that all of our instructional practices provide equality to all students, making sure that not just the academic element, but the socio-economic, the whole teacher, the whole child. So that was the summit. It was a little intimidating at first because this is just my second year out of the classroom, but it helped stretch my leadership lens, not always looking at education through the teacher lens, but it broadened my horizon. So I'm looking forward to the next summit.
Awesome.
Hawaii?
Oh, okay. All right, Ms. Bright. Well, I want to thank each of you for sharing. Just very quickly, in just a few words, explain in just a few words, why should someone bring their journey to Marion County? Ms. James?
I believe you should bring your journey to Marion County because our students need you. Our students, we have so many students with potential, and you can be the change that they need.
Awesome. Thank you, and I do agree. We have so many children with a lot of potential, and they are looking for caring and highly effective teachers.
Commitment to excellence, not only for students, but for educators, anyone in the district, commitment to excellence.
So,
I think you should come because, first of all, you're doing a wonderful job, even thinking about coming into this profession. And secondly, and most important in my interview, relationships that you build. And I think that doing that will make a paramount impact on your life and the community at large. We want to see your face in the place at these different recruitment ceremonies and seminars. And thank you for being on here on the line as well. But of course, the relationships, and of course, I echo the sentiments of everybody. But definitely, we want you to come and be a part. I want to meet you. I want to see your face in the place.
well, I think Mr. Grice has coined a phrase. He wants to see, and we join him in that thought. We want to see your face in the place. Thank you, Mr. Grice,
Sure.
Ms. Bright, and Ms. James, just for taking time just to share with individuals who may have an interest in coming to Marion County, individuals with an interest in transforming lives of our children. And again, we thank you. And so at this time, Ms. Grant, I think you have some additional information to share.
We do. Two questions that came through that we would like to take a few moments just to speak about. One question that we were asked was about what benefits or benefit package do we have to offer to our employees. And so certainly with the state, we are afforded state that you have different options for both you and your dependents for health, life, dental, and vision insurance. Certainly with the district, we do offer paid sick leave and personal leave. The district pays for each employee to have an additional $10,000 life insurance policy while they are active employees with our district. On the screen, we have 401k listed, but we also have an opportunity for a 503B retirement supplement annuity as well, as long with options for medical spending. We have partnerships with universities such as Coastal Carolina who afford our employees significant discounts for tuition. So if we have staff who are looking to earn a master's degree or above, significant discounts on their tuition just for being an employee with Marion County School District. And as Ms. Bright brought out, we are a Title I school district, and so for student loan agencies who do have the option where you can have student loan forgiveness for years of service, with our district being Title I school district, that is certainly a benefit that we have to offer. Another question that we have was posed to us professional development. What professional development opportunities are provided? And I think Mrs. James and Mrs. Bright and Mr. Grice all touched on some opportunities that they have personally had for professional development. But one thing I think that makes Marion County maybe stand out a little differently from other districts would be we have weekly STEP meetings, and that is a project. STEP is an acronym for Supporting Teacher Effectiveness Project, and that is facilitated by our lead teachers, but it is actually teacher driven. And so that gives our teachers an opportunity to meet together to learn about different things that they need at that moment. It could be something with classroom management. It could be with student data. It could be with maybe something in the curriculum or a strategy that they want to implement. But that's where teachers come together and learn from each other and research and implement. So we think that that offsets us very much from what other districts have to offer. We also have special programs that we have created to meet the needs of first and second year teachers in our induction programs. Ms. Bright, as a lead teacher, touched on it, but we have coaching. And so for me, and I know for other teachers, the best way that I have to develop my craft in teaching is when I have someone to sit back, show me how to do it, observe me do it, and coach me through it. So it's not that it's a sit and get one-day workshop or something where you may have to have a follow-up several months or even in the summer. It's individual on-demand coaching, and it gives professional development that is very quick feedback and can help you grow. We also have leadership opportunities. We don't just focus only on our teachers. We look at our administrative teams as well. We have leadership academies for our principals and our assistant principals. Also for our district administrative team, we have had leadership academies for our district level admins as well. And also for those of you who may be interested in growing your career as an administrator, we have an academy for aspiring leaders. The question I know focused on professional development, but we do want to throw in there with that development. We have career ladder opportunities, and with those career ladder opportunities and that growth, such as what Ms. Bright referred to as being a lead teacher, we have master teachers. And Ms. James, are you at East Leno? We have Kara Jenkins, who is serving as master teachers. We have lead teachers. We have administrative assistants, assistant principalships. So we have various opportunities for our staff to get in there and get in different opportunities to grow so that we can, as Ms. Bright said, grow our own for our administrative teams as well. So we'd like to talk about some next steps, but before we talk about what we have in the future to offer with you, Dr. Bethea, do you have any closing words or closing remarks before we end for the day?
Again, we are appreciative that you have joined us today just to learn a little bit more about Marion County. Again, I just want to emphasize, if you're looking for a district that is serious about professional development and building capacity in their teachers and leaders, you're looking at Marion County School District. If you're looking for a district that has created a platform for our staff members to network and collaborate, that is Marion County School District. And if you're committed to transforming the lives of students, please bring your journey to Marion County. Thank you again for joining us.
So let's take just some closing moments to talk about next steps. We have a series of webinars planned. This is our first webinar, series of 3. We will host another in January and our final one in February. So we would love for you to join us. They're going to be about 20 minutes, so not long. But please mark your calendar for Saturday, February the 1st at 11 o'clock a.m. That's when we will host our annual teacher meet and greet. And so for our district, we like to not just have an opportunity for you to table, just to be another person who a school meets for just a few minutes. We have a session plan. We start at 11. We host the opportunity where you can meet and mingle and have some refreshments with our administrative staff from all of our schools. We have an opportunity for a panel discussion. We have teachers who are new to the profession, some who are seasoned teachers, career changers, all who have been involved and worked with our district. They have the opportunity to share with you their experiences of why not only they brought their journey to Marion County, but why they continue to keep their journey here with us. And then at the end of that session, again, some meet and mingle opportunities where you can meet all of our schools, that administrative staff, and you can share your information with them, your resume. And so for all of the ones who come and apply during that time and throughout the month of February who qualify to teach, we will be extending opportunities for virtual interviews. And so that gives you the opportunity to sell yourself to all of our principals, as we are already starting to create our vacancy pools for the 2020-2021, which is a mouthful, school year. So as a next step, please visit our website under our employment link and begin your application. And we are interested in meeting you soon. So as Mr. Grice said, we want to see your face in the place.
That's right.
So please apply. Our website is on the screen. Our phone number, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. And if you will, please follow us on our social media, our Facebook page, our Twitter account, Instagram, and if you will mark our website under your favorites. So we thank you for this opportunity, but look forward to you continuing to join us and bringing your journey to Marion County School District. Bye.
All right. Take care.